Cool Runnings. Four sprinters from a sun-soaked island staring down a track of ice. No snow, no sled, no idea what comes next. A coach with ghosts, a team with grit, and a crash that turned into legend. Behind the smiles, a studio tussle over Jamaican accents, a real Olympic crash stitched into the film, and an ex-disgraced coach the movie invented. One reader at casting became a lead, and a modest budget slid into a surprise box office win. Here are 20 wild facts about Cool Runnings that separate the legend from the making. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Let's hit the story behind the ice. Number 1. Accent under pressure. Disney executives and studio heads repeatedly argued that the Jamaican accents in Cool Runnings would alienate or confuse mainstream American audiences. They insisted the cast's accents be modified to something more understandable, and even suggested they mimic the voice of Sebastian the Crab as a reference point. During production, director John Turteltaub reportedly faced pressure from studio executives to soften the dialects and make them more Americanized. In the end, the film kept the Jamaican cadence while nudging clarity, so the voices stayed recognizably Jamaican on screen. Number 2. Real-life footage. Cool Runnings uses real archival footage of the Jamaican sled's crash from the 1988 Winter Olympics rather than staging a full crash itself. The director integrated real broadcast footage for all the wide shots, while the close-ups and reaction scenes were recreated on set. This choice avoided the hazards and expense of creating a dramatic crash sequence. But it also means that some moments on screen are literally historical and repurposed into a great cinematic invention. What you should remember is that the movie may have dramatized the event with dialogues and character arcs, but the real team achieved the same through pure grit and passion. Number 3. The irony of casting. Even though Cool Runnings is about Jamaicans, none of the lead 4 bobsledders were Jamaican-born actors. Leon, Doug E. Doug, and Malik Yoba are American, while Raul D. Lewis was born in Trinidad and grew up in the U.S. This casting choice underscored one of the film's core artistic tensions. They had to strive for cultural authenticity while navigating studio pressures about audience appeal the whole time. Number 4. John Candy's enthusiasm. John Candy, who plays Irv Blitzer in Cool Runnings, was deeply invested in the project. He reportedly pushed hard to be cast in the film and even prioritized the film over other high-paying ones. Candy's involvement was a significant draw for Disney and the cast. Because of his reputation, charisma, and comedic gravitas, he elevated the film's profile and helped anchor the lighter emotional moments. Number 5. One movie, 4 titles. If you get confused about all the different names of this film, let me sort it out for you. That's because Cool Runnings has been released under wildly different titles that reshape its identity by region. In France, it was released as Rasta Rocket. Across Latin America, it appeared as Jamaica Bajo Cero, which translates to Jamaica Below Zero. Poland called it Reggae na Lodzi, or Reggae on Ice, and Czech audiences saw it as Kokosy na Snehu, meaning coconuts on ice. These alternate names emphasize novelty, exoticism, or humor over literal translation and show how the distributors tailor marketing to local sensibilities. Number 6. Record-breaking returns. When Cool Runnings premiered in 1993, it set a record when it became one of the highest-grossing live-action film released by Walt Disney Pictures up to that time. The movie resonated widely and earned over $154 million globally on a $14 million budget. That far exceeded expectations. That box office success solidified Cool Runnings as one of Disney's most unexpected commercial triumphs in its live-action slate of the era. Number 7. Heroin-fueled drafting. Tommy Swerdlow later revealed he wrote Cool Runnings while battling heroin addiction when he described the drug as something that helped structure his time. He admitted the habit deeply influenced how he paced his writing, using addiction cycles to force deadlines. His candid confessions came years after achieving sobriety and overcoming serious health repercussions. Although born under unusual personal circumstances, the screenplay he produced became one of his most beloved ones among all his work. Number 8. Snow bunnies and ski team fantasies. In Swerdlow's earliest and more uninhibited drafts, the tone was far from family-friendly. He envisioned scenes where Sanka flirted in wildly explicit sequences involving Scandinavian ski teams. Those audacious adult sketches were later excised or heavily rewritten when Disney intervened, shifting the narrative toward a more inspirational and wholesome framing. So, what you view today is a far tamer version of what could have been the final cut. Number 9. Capturing the spirit. When asked what Cool Runnings got right about their incredible journey to the Winter Olympics, the real Jamaican bobsleigh team didn't hesitate. They said it was the spirit, that fierce determination and unity that drove them against all odds. Hollywood took a few creative liberties like Who Said What, or the emotional moment of carrying the sled after the crash, but everyone agreed that the heart of it all was real. The film's energy, courage, and warmth successfully mirrored the team's true Olympic dream for its viewers. Number 10. From intern to cast. The most surprising moment for the casting directors was when Raul D. Lewis came aboard Cool Runnings, not as a performer, but as a behind-the-scenes reader during auditions. He wasn't there to get any role, but to sit with actors and help them with lines and dialect. Yet during a pivotal table read in front of Disney executives, Lewis was asked to step in and give an audition on the spot. They loved his performance so much, he ended up winning the role of Junior Bevel. What began as a backstage support gig unexpectedly turned into Lewis's on-screen breakthrough. Got a favorite moment? Drop it in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more movie stories. Number 11. Chanting his way to screen. When Malik Yoba auditioned for the role of Yul Brynner, he didn't just recite lines, but went above and beyond to compose a chant invoking the Jamaican bobsleigh team spirit on the spot. That spontaneous creative gesture impressed the casting and production teams enough to incorporate it into his actual performance. In other words, part of Yul's vocal identity in the movie came directly from Yoba's own audition improvisation. Number 12. Push, don't steer. Remember when Darius throws himself into bobsleigh starts and leaps into the sled? Well, actually, he never drove one in real life. That's because of the insurance limitations that did not allow any actors to pilot sleds down icy tracks. Instead, the cast learned the physical mechanics of pushing, boarding, and stabilizing to make it look realistic on screen. Technical control was left to stunt doubles or off-screen mechanisms, which helped preserve safety while also keeping the director's vision alive. Number 13. Candy's mixtape mood boards. While John Candy brought his immaculate comic charm to the film, he also took it personally. He reportedly helped create mixtapes tailored to each bobsledder character that gave them personalized musical backdrops reflecting their personalities. On set, those tapes helped actors slip into their emotional rhythms and create an atmosphere that brings out the best in every act. So Candy not only portrayed his charm on camera, but also gave the film life from behind the scenes. Number 14. Fishing invitations in Alaska. Upon wrapping production, John Candy reportedly extended an invitation to the cast in which he wanted to take them salmon fishing in Alaska. It wasn't a contract demand or marketing stunt, just a personal gesture from Candy, who clearly saw the filming team as more than co-workers. The invitation underscores the warmth he brought to the project, turning a movie wrap not just into an endpoint, but a chance for shared experiences beyond the set. Number 15. Vacationless anxiety. The talented man that he is, you would never know all the battles he fought off camera. During Cool Runnings, Candy revealed he had never taken a vacation in his professional life because he feared that stepping away might cause the industry to forget him or stop booking him. That fear undercuts the idea of rest. Even as he traveled for work, he avoided downtime. So his dedication to each role was fueled by his passion, but also by a survival instinct. A career balancing act between success and disappearance. Number 16. Prized props. Actors often sneak a little piece of movie magic home, but Doug E. Doug took one of the most iconic souvenirs from the sets. Can you guess what it was? Sanka's lucky eggs, of course. In an interview with Empire, he proudly declared, "I have the eggs," reassuring fans that they weren't rotting away somewhere. He later laughed and agreed that they are all rubber, but he kept them in a junk room filled with some memories from Cool Runnings. These stolen items included bobsled t-shirts, production stills, and nostalgic keepsakes that remind him of Jamaica's wildest Olympic dream. Number 17. Coach of fictional legend. Irv Blitzer, the disgraced coach in the movie, was loosely inspired by real American bobsledder Howard Seiler. Yes, but the parallels are no more than that. Unlike Blitzer, Seiler was never banned or disgraced, and his career lacked the personal meltdown the film assigns to him. Seiler had competed in multiple Olympics and later coached Jamaica, yet his real life didn't echo the Hollywood downfall. Don't be fooled by the movie's dramatic arc, as it significantly deviates from Seiler's actual story. Number 18. Derice's false disgrace. In the film, Derice Bannock is disqualified from a 100-meter sprint for alleged cheating, igniting his shift toward bobsleigh. But in real life, Dudley Tal Stokes, the likely inspiration for Derice, was never penalized or disqualified for track misconduct. That narrative device was also fabricated for dramatic motivation, a fictional blow meant to push the character toward redemption. The real athletes took very different paths and faced different obstacles without ever facing that moral setback. Number 19. No rich sponsor, no rivalry king. In real life, there was no Junior Bevel figure wagering fortunes or testing loyalties, nor was there overt friction between Jamaica and rival nations as depicted. The film's version dramatizes antagonism and builds archetypal obstacles just for narrative. Actual team formation relied on recruitment through military channels and external support, not rival sabotage or dramatic boardroom conflicts. The invented personal stakes serve cinematic momentum and not historical facts. Number 20. John Candy's final bow. Cool Runnings holds a bittersweet place in film history, as it was the last movie John Candy starred in and saw the release of before his death. The beloved comedian, who played Coach Irv Blitzer with rare warmth and heart, passed away just 5 months later from a heart attack while filming Wagons East, 1994. That film was released later, which made Cool Runnings the final time audiences saw Candy on screen during his life. And his performance remains as warm and heartfelt as ever. It is his last goodbye that keeps reminding fans why he was so deeply loved, both on and off camera. And that's the magic behind that story that still makes us laugh, cheer, and maybe tear up a little, even decades later. It's proof that no track is too cold if you've got a warm enough heart and even fiery spirits. And if the characters raise yours, go ahead and hit subscribe so you can ride along for more movie legends.